Yo guys, welcome back to a brand new Star Wars Battlefront video. In today's video I'm going to be talking about more DLC details and speculation surrounding the upcoming DLC packs for Star Wars Battlefront. Today I'm focusing on the original trilogy, as I feel like there is so much more that can be added to this game from the original trilogy that DICE seem to have left out for now. This includes planets, heroes and vehicles like the IFTX Rebel tank from the original games. First I will cover planets that could be added to the game via DLC. There are so many that seem to have been taken out or left out from the original Battlefront games, such as Base Bin Cloud City and platforms, Tatooine Jabba's Palace and Mos Eisley, Yavin 4 Arena and Temple, Dagobah Swamp, Death Star Interior. These were all really cool maps relating to the original trilogy films that a lot of Battlefront fans want to see come back. So there are plenty of maps and planets to choose from to make DLC that everyone will actually enjoy. However, DICE and EA could also just make new map locations on the planets that are currently in the game, which will still relate to the original trilogy, but personally I hope to see new planets and maps rather than just repeat the same environments we already have within the game. Now, as for galactic tech that could be added from the original trilogy, if you remember, the original Star Wars Battlefront game gave you classes to choose from rather than just letting you choose your weapon, your star cards, things like that, and running straight into the battle. So there has been actually some weapons left out of the game that we could see return in the form of star cards or just general weapons and equipment for us to actually pick out and use. This includes the E11S sniper rifle and various other pistols and grenades and rifle variants. I'm sure DICE and EA can easily put together new weapons and gadgets to put in the DLC as star cards, weapons and equipment, but I think it is less likely to happen than bring in new Force Awakens weapons, vehicles and equipment from the movies. Now on to original trilogy vehicles. There are a few missing from the original game, such as the Empire TIE Bomber and the IFTT, and then on the Rebel side we have the AAC-1 hover tank. But again, I do think this is unlikely to appear in comparison to the Force Awakens DLC, which you can see in my previous video. I don't see DICE and EA adding ground vehicles like tanks to the game, as they originally stated that they want the game to appeal to all ages, so I don't see a young fan enjoying the game as much if he comes into a DLC map and keeps getting blown to bits by an older fan roaming around in a Rebel tank. But there are a lot of routes for DICE and EA to go down with the original trilogy to add things to the game via the DLCs. Now on to heroes, the part which everyone has been waiting for. There are still a couple of heroes to choose from the original trilogy to be added to the game, such as the powerful Jedi Master Yoda, who could act like the Emperor Palpatine in the game and just use force attacks to defeat the Empire since he lost his lightsaber in Episode 3 against Palpatine. Or they could even add Obi-Wan, who could be a Darth Vader equivalent, slowly roaming around the map with a lightsaber and a few powerful force abilities. And finally we have Chewbacca, who could be a Han or Leia equivalent in the game. So as you can see, there are 3 heroes who are perfectly suited to be added to the game. The only downside now is there aren't many villains to choose from anymore. The only few are bounty hunters who were in The Empire Strikes Back for a couple of seconds with Boba Fett in the scene where Darth Vader actually talks to the bounty hunters. Or maybe even at a scrape they could add Grand Moff Tarkin. But again, I think this is unlikely compared to The Force Awakens. Maybe DICE will surprise us and pull something out of the bag for at least one of the DLC packs from the original trilogy. If so, I'm personally praying we get to see Yoda and Obi-Wan in the game, but only time will tell. So guys, that is it for this video. If you've enjoyed this video, smash a like and comment down below what you think of the original trilogy in the DLC. Subscribe to be kept up to date with all things Star Wars, and may the Force be with you.